Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Stella in Singapore. So this day I have been coughing and yes, I have tested my COVID-19 and it stayed negative. So it should be fine, and that is the reason why I have postponed this video like 10 days. And this video is about the study tips as the Polytechnic is going to open like next 10 days. And I think most of you guys are excited and going for your welcome program, orientation program. And I hope you guys have fun there. And yes, this video is about my own study tips regarding to the biomedical science, especially in Republic Polytechnic. And I would say that this is my own study tips. And if you guys this is useful, then go ahead and use it. And if you think you have the better way to study, then use your own, and it's all for your academic excellence. Yes. And I would say that my study tip is not very special. I personally believe that hard work may pay off. So most of my study tips is like hard working and doing more work. So I hope you guys enjoy. You guys get information from this video, and it's useful for your academic as well. The previous video I have mentioned about the learning style in the Republic Polytechnic. So if you're planning to go Republic Polytechnic and haven't watched the video, then you can watch and know briefly about the Republic Polytechnic. So in that video, I forgot to mention one part that the lecture notes in Republic Polytechnic are not given in advance. So what is meant by that? So for example, week 1 and week 2, right? So we learn the lesson 1 in the week 1, and after the whole week, in the week 2, we will get the lecture notes, which is called 6P in the Republic Polytechnic, and you will get the lecture notes in the week 2. So basically, there is no lecture notes in the Republic Polytechnic. We based on the problem and then the worksheet itself. So how you gonna prepare for that? So although we don't have the lecture note, the school itself provide us the pre-reading, like before the lessons. Of course, it's a pre-reading, so it should be before the lessons. So they provide us the pre-reading, and so we have to go through the pre-reading. It can be the website and the video, YouTube video, of course. And sometimes there will be like Khan Academy, the website. So we have to read through it carefully. What I mean by read carefully is like you have to read the words, and then like, for example, the word like mitochondria is just an example. I can't think of anything right now. So for the mitochondria, you see the word mitochondria, you cannot just memorize, oh, it's a mitochondria. You have to know that it's the energy storage house. And what's the structure like? What's the structure? Where is it? Is the cytoplasm of the cell, something like that. So you have to know the details of it. So you have to grab the concept, and yes, you have to, if you have the bad habit of memorizing, just like me, you have to write down the notes. So the next day, when you are in the class, you can refer to the notes and answer the teacher's question. And watch the video carefully. Like sometimes the video that they are giving is very useful, and it includes lots of the concepts. And yes, I personally spend like 3 hours for each lesson to understand all the concepts. And yes, if you have some seniors, or your friend is very close to the senior, you can ask for the 6P, because they have the 6Ps related to your subject, so you can read through the 6P. And 6P, just I mentioned earlier, is the lecture notes, and yes, it's just very brief, so you can only depend on the 6P. You have to research on your own. Because RP itself is like self-directed learning, and during the lecture, during the classroom, the teacher will ask something related to the concept, and if you can answer well, you can get the level 4 for the self-directed learning. And yes, because you got a level 4, so you will get A for the lesson itself. So I think all of us want the grade A, right? Sometimes they will provide us the worksheet in advance, and please go through the worksheet, and they provide the link inside the worksheet, which is not included in the pre-reading. So if you go in advance, usually the worksheet is has to be done in the class, but it would be better if you do it in advance before the class, and then you read through all the link and the YouTube video that they have provided in the worksheet. Then you will be perfect in the class, because the worksheet has to be done in 1 hour, and for me, I couldn't grab all the concept within 1 hour. Maybe I'm a slow learner and I need more time to digest the concept. So I would recommend you guys to read through the worksheet beforehand if they have provided, because sometimes they just provide the worksheet like the lesson start at 8:30 and the worksheet is published at the 8 o'clock, so we don't have time. Sometimes they provide like 1 day before, so then we have the time for that. And then during the lesson itself, you have to be confident to ask the question, like not the stupid, there's no stupid question, but not the very basic question, because it wouldn't like you get the marks that you deserve. So you add some of the questions, like advanced questions, to the teachers or the classmates. So this is a collaborative learning, so you will get more higher points for that. And yes, if for some time you may know the answer itself and you don't want to ask the question, then you just raise up your voice and then say about something you know and explain to the class. Then there is a bonus point as well. And like after the worksheet, the teacher will come to your own group, because there are only 25 people in each class, and they divide us into 5 groups, sometimes 4 people or 5 people. The teacher comes to discuss the lesson, and at that point of time, the teacher will ask something related to the worksheet, or they will ask us, is there any question related to the worksheet? Then if you have any doubt or suspicions, then you can raise the question to the teacher. And yes, and then if they ask the question, then you try to answer, no matter it's right or wrong. It's just the learning process. So try to answer. It will show you that you are a proactive person and will get your A. It's all the video is all about A, because I personally want A. Yes. And yes, there is a presentation after the lecture. For the presentation, you can go more in depth and then explain to the whole class. And then yes, the teacher will ask based on your presentation, and yes, again, you have to answer it. So all you have to do is very proactive. And yes, here some of you guys may be like introvert like me, and it's okay, because I was an introvert, and because of the force that I have to answer the question that have changed me. And you, if I can do, why you cannot? So you can do it as well. After the school is over, there will be a like quiz or the RJ refreshing channel. So for the quiz, it's mostly like 15 or 20 minutes. So the time is very, very short. So before you go into the quiz is like on time, on target, and it should be completed like 11:59. That is before the next day. So the school is over like 3:30, and we still have time like 8 hours or 7 hours. Even if you go to the CCA, mostly for my CCA, right, it's complete at like 6 or 7, so I still have 5 hours. So please read through the concept beforehand, like the day that you learn about. So read through all the concept, and if you think there is a gap that you haven't understand, then go through it again, and maybe you have to do the research. So only after you understand the concept, please go to the quiz. So it will, if only you have reading through or understand the concept, you can answer the question very, very well. As a Myanmar student before, I would say that the RP question is a bit hard for me, because in Myanmar, the question, all of us know that it's like, if you have like study by heart without understanding that, you can still answer that. For the Republic Polytechnic itself, for me, I have to understand all the concept to answer the question, because it's not a direct question. It is more about thinking. So please read through and understand the concept before you go to the quiz. Without understanding the concept, it will be useless. So please read through. And the quiz, most of the modules, like they will grade us based on the marks that we get from the quiz. So the quiz is very, very important, one of the most important. So please make sure that you get the 80% for the quiz if you want A. For the RJ, RJ, there is no time limit. You just have to complete it by 11:59, which is 2359. So you have to complete it 2359, and I would say the quiz, compared to the quiz, the RJ get more time, and yes, the RJ is more broad. So you have to write more comprehensive as you can, and put more concept, or you make new research, then put in it, and the teacher will compare, because there are 25 students, more or less, they will compare, right? If there is like 5 students better than you, then they will get the A and then you will get the B plus, right? So it just so do your best to get your A and write more comprehensive as you can, because most of the time the quiz and the RJ is the main point that they grade us. I personally do the part-time job during the semester 2. So the time is very constrained for me, and I also did the volunteer jobs and leadership. So for the pre-reading, it's okay to be done before the day, and if you have time, you are not going for the part-time job, then you can do the pre-reading on weekends and complete it earlier. So before the day, you can like fade the curve or something and read through the CSP and go on the research, then you can get A for the easily. And then you can do a mind map, like memorize, not like memorizing, you can write down the key concept and then do the mind map. So after the before the exam, you can just read through the mind map, and that is, so you don't have to read through all the concept that you have read. You just write the main point, and you can save your time. I think I should reveal my GPA, and yes, it is not perfect GPA. So for the semester 1, year 1, I got 3.9 GPA, which means that I got distinction for all the subjects, except for one subject, which I got B+. So as you can see that if you get one B+ for the one module, then your GPA will drop like 0.1 or something. And yes, in year 1, semester 2, I got overall GPA 3.88. And yes, again, I got distinction for all the subjects except for the one subject, that is, I got B+ again. And then for the year 1, semester 2, there is only 4 subjects, and then in year 1, there is 5 subjects. So for year 1, semester 1, I got 1 B+, and it reduced me like by 0.1, but in year 2 there's in year 1, semester 2, there is only 4 subjects, so 1 B+ like reduced me like 0.16, so 0.14, so the overall 3.86, so semester 2 is 3.86, semester 1 is 3.9, and they combine, it becomes 3.88. That is my GPA. And in year 1, semester 1, I got writer rules of honor. That means that I'm one of the top 10 students in Republic Polytechnic, biomedical science, this cohort. And for the semester 2, it hasn't released yet, and hopefully I can get the again. For the RP grading system, I will do it in the next video. I remember that I was very anxious because I don't know the grading system, and I was like very worried about my GPA. And yes, I believe that some of you guys may be worried about this, and so I will create another video to explain about how the grading system goes, because at the time I remember that there is no explanation about GPA, RP GPA on the YouTube or the websites. So I will create another video for that. And I hope this video is somewhat useful. And yes, if you think it is useful and informative in some point, please remember to share to your friend as well. And remember to like and subscribe my channel. If you have any other question, please comment in below or message to me in the Stella in Singapore Facebook page. And bye bye, see you guys in the next video.